Eddie.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Was that too high to draft Trae Young?
No, it wasn't at all for this reason. The Atlanta Hawks need point guard play. So Dallas didn't need a point guard. They have Dennis Smith Jr., so it made sense for both teams. Dallas had their eyes on Luka Doncic. Atlanta had their eyes on getting a point guard. Trae Young on their board was the best available point guard. They only have two on their roster right now, Isaiah Taylor, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder wants out. So they're looking to rebuild.
And they want to get him out.
Yeah, they want
to oblige him.
And they will get him out.
Yeah.
The thing is what I'm going to be looking at it. They have a very young, inexperienced head coach. This is his first year being a head coach, Lloyd Pierce. I know he can be relatable to the young guys because he's a young fella himself. It's just how are they going to maximize what Trae Young does well? And I think that's what people need to, if they're a coach, tap into that. Don't worry about what he does bad. Try to highlight what he does well and give him as much confidence as possible because this roster is terrible. They're not they're not going to do anything. And they got $30 million in cap space. So what they could do is lure a younger, what you would call a vet, like 4 or 5 years in, looking to get paid. Yep. That could take some pressure off.
Boogie Cousins.
But it's still, Boogie Cousins will want to go there. You don't want to go somewhere. They're not going to win for a long time.
No.
And so I don't think Boogie Cousins want to put himself through that. He did that in Sacramento, and he was known as a head case because he didn't like losing like that. So I think it was the right thing to do. He didn't go too high.
Well, the thing is, the guy that selected him was in the Golden State Warriors organization. And so he's looking at Trae Young as a young Steph Curry. That building started getting raucous, Skip. Why? Because they were raining threes. There's nobody dunking, nobody 360, and nobody doing anything spectacular. They're just raining threes. And I guess he's going to try to build this team around Trae Young and what he does really well, which is shoot from distance and assist the basketball. So you better find you a Clay, find another Clay, somebody else that's make 200 threes in a season, and maybe you'll be on to something. But he's box office, Skip, with the exception of Bagley Jr. and DeAndre Ayton. He's the biggest name. And when
I think he's a bigger name than the other two. He's the biggest name in the draft.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for big guys to really sell, So with that being said, and Atlanta didn't like it in ticket sales. Skip, you say it was half full with Dominique. It's a third full now. Yep. They got monkeys riding dogs. They got, they got a lady with the unicycle and kicking bowls on her head. They got Luda and 2 Chainz performing at halftime. They're doing everything they can. Yep. They got a barbershop up in Phillips Arena and free cuts. Trying to get people to come, Skip. So maybe he'll bring an extra 1,000 fans to the arena.
So I'm going to say this one more time. Before the Steph Curry draft, I was on record on ESPN saying I would take Steph Curry #1 overall ahead of Blake Griffin. And a whole lot of ESPN analysts laughed at me. And now I'm laughing at any analyst who thinks that Trae Young is remotely comparable to Steph Curry because he shouldn't be uttered in the same breath.
Maybe 5-6 years in, Skip.
He will not. He will not. Steph Curry is an athlete. Steph Curry has explosiveness to it. He has gears. He has handle. Trae's got a handle too. I'm going to say it one more time. Trae Young has one great strength, and it is a great strength. He is a rare, creative, clever passer of the basketball. And if that's what you want to go pay your money to see, if you like that wow factor, that, oh my God, what did he just pull off kind of a factor with that pass, good for you. But he also led the nation in turnovers last year because he will try just about any pass possible, and a lot of them won't connect. But Lon Kruger, who's a smart basketball coach, had to just sit back and grit his teeth and let the kid try. And he would try 35-foot set shots because they're not really jump shots. You had a jump shot. You're about the same size, 6'1"-ish or so? Yeah, he's 6'1", Trae Young 6'1". But you had some stature to you. You had strength to you. You could drive it. If somebody dared you to drive the basketball, you would drive the basketball. But you could pull up and jump shoot the basketball from range, and he's a set shooter. He's not a leaper at all. He can't finish. He had a hard time in the Big 12 finishing at the rim, so he's not Iverson. He can't finish above the trees with strength and raw leaping power. There's nothing explosive about his game, and he won't defend anybody. So, again, will that sell tickets in Atlanta? I don't know. Because just look, he got worn down in a 32-game schedule. In the Big 12, they lost 9 of their last 11 games, including the first-round game to Rhode Island in the tournament, because he got worn down and wore out. because defenders got up into him and wouldn't let him shoot those 30-foot set shots anymore. They just said, drive it on us, because he couldn't drive it on them.
Well, Skip, he's not going to have to worry about going to class. He's not going to have to worry about study hall. So now he should hire him a nutritionist. He'll be able to get into the gym and maybe put on a few pounds and be able to withstand some of that pressure. I don't think anybody thought Steph Curry would be Steph Curry that we see today when they drafted him.
Not this Steph.
No, I
didn't
didn't
think it was going to be that.
No,
But I thought he was the best player in that draft.
I mean,
and I said so.
The dude has made 406 threes in a season. 406.
That's crazy.
I mean, that was more than teams were taking in the entire season, Skip. And he's one guy. Then you got Clay making almost 300. So, like I said, if he's going to be your Steph, you better find you a Clay somewhere.
Well, I think the GM tried to find a Clay with this guy, Kevin Herter. He's a guy, he's 6'7", similar frame.
Yeah.
He can shoot it, got a high basketball IQ,
Yep.
can come off pin downs, can come off pick and rolls and shoot the ball and also make plays out of those sets. So I think the GM is kind of bringing some of that Golden
Bazemore
State.
too.
I don't know. I think Kim Bazemore, and I don't want talking about
herky-jerky.
people. I don't like talking about people money like that, but I think that they might have overpaid for Kim Bazemore. I think they could have got him for a little bit less and have a little bit more cap space. But I see what the guy is trying to do. He's trying to build similar to what Golden State did. Find your point guard that's a shooter, a playmaker, and also find a knockdown shooter at about 6'7". The thing is, this guy, Kevin Herter, is not a defender like Klay Thompson. So you got two guys on your perimeter at two really important positions, the two guard and the point that really can't play that really good defense, and you don't have any back end help. So it's gonna be a long road for them.
I think Dante DiVincenzo has a higher NBA ceiling than Trae Young does.
But you said this, though. This is one thing you said, that Trae Young is a great passer. Not too many people in the league have something that they do great. They could do a lot of things good, but if he is a great passer, you got to say his ceiling has to be extremely high.